We have a rare opportunity here to fix the issues that have long since plagued our railways. But with strikes, all we're going to do is lose even more passengers, lose even more revenue, make further investment in railway uneconomical, and potentially lose thousands of railway jobs as well. Not only is there no justification for this action, it's going to cause misery. Misery to people looking forward to their first Glastonbury for 3 years. Misery to workers who can't get to their jobs. Misery to students who won't be able to get to their GCSEs and to their A-levels 17 public exams over this next week's strike period. And misery to people waiting for hospital treatment who may now miss their operation. And there's another group of people that I'm worried about. Railway workers and their families. This will be a damaging strike. It's not like the old days when the RMT could shut down the nation's economy. Now many rail users can work from home. For millions of passengers, rail is now a choice, not a necessity. Anything that stops people from choosing rail, anything that drives away more passengers than we've already lost, has to be bad news for people in those jobs and those services. So today, I appeal directly to rail workers who I think are less militant than their union leaders. Don't risk striking. Don't risk the industry and your future. Don't risk striking yourself out of a job. Don't pitch yourself against the public. Let's fix this station and get back to building a better railway. Thank you very much. The truth of the matter is if the unions go on strike, they know what they're doing. They know they're hurting people's ability to get to jobs. They know there's no possible alternative. There is nothing that could be done other than try to run as many services as possible. And look, with regard to Mick Lynch's letter, which in his letter he said he only sent to me yesterday because Parliament was about to debate the subject itself. The employers are Network Rail. The employers are the train operating companies. Those talks are ongoing. That is the place to resolve this strike. Putting aside the fact that Mick Lynch said himself last month, quote, "I don't negotiate with this government," and so he already indicated he didn't want to. I would not do that because it would undermine the position of the employers in that negotiation. It's absolutely right that's where this discussion takes place. They have the power to negotiate it. The solution, as I've tried to outline in my speech today, is very straightforward. We have to have a rail appropriate for the 21st century, ready for the 21st century, modernized, and in that modernization lies the route to higher pay. But the principal point of this strike, never forget it, the public has put £16 billion in, £600 per household, £160,000 per employee on the railway over coronavirus. Nearly the entire policing budget in England and Wales. You get the idea. Now in return, what we need to do is build people back to the railway, bring consumers back, and the only way to do that is by making the railway an attractive place. Going on strike now under the false pretense that there wasn't going to be a pay rise, which is not true because the pay freeze has finished across the whole of the public sector, is, I'm afraid, taking people out on strike under a basic lie. And that is why it's so important that the unions and the employers continue to speak, and I hope call this off in time. That if we can't get people back to our railways, then of course we will have to cut the railways cloth. Now, I'm a huge enthusiast for the railways. I'm spending billions of pounds to build them bigger and better and open new stations that have been closed. What I'm saying to the unions is join us on that journey. Don't put the future of the railways at threat. Don't jeopardize the railways and therefore, by definition, the jobs that come from the railways. Now, I'm very confident that we ought to be able to work together to get this job done. And that's absolutely what I want to see done. And as I say, I just state the reality of the situation. It's certainly not threatening anybody other than to say, folks, we've got to fix this problem.